Welcome back to the Same Wavelength podcast. I am your host, Morgan Elizabeth, and thank you for riding the wave with me on this very lovely episode, the Valentine's Day episode. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Even if you have a Valentine or don't have a Valentine, I'll be your Valentine. So for today's episode, I'm very excited because I am going to be playing the We're Not Really Strangers game again. I played the couples edition with my boyfriend 2 months ago, but now I will be playing the self-love edition of We're Not Really Strangers. If you don't know, it is a purpose-driven card game and movement all about empowering yourself and others with connection and conversation. And I love that. I love that. Like that. I want to be sponsored by them so bad. So I'm hoping these videos kind of help. So I'm going to be doing the self-love edition. If you don't know, with the We're Not Really Strangers card games, you are always given 3 levels of conversation. So the first level we have today is past, and then the second one is present, and the last one is future. I really like that setup. And I love the cards so far. I've read a couple of them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna get really juicy, really, really cute. And then you also get a final card with every game, and that is something you do at the end when you're finished with all your cards. For the purpose of recording, I'm going to be doing like 5 or 6 cards of each level, but there'll be plenty of conversation to have. I'm so excited to play this game. Like literally, I keep staring at it ever since I bought it, and I was like, oh, I really want to play this game. You guys should definitely check out We're Not Really Strangers. They have an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, but also their website, we're not really strangers.com, where you can buy these games, and you can also buy merch, and you can find out more about their mission. Not sponsored. Wish I was. So, anyway, I'm going to get right into it with level 1, which is past. I'm really excited. I already saw the first card when I was opening everything. So the first card, I'm also going to say to you guys, the best version of yourself wasn't the only one who deserved to be loved. I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's technically not the first card. Okay, so we're going to be doing like 5 or 6 more cards. Okay. Who's ready? I'm ready. Okay. Level 1, the past. This is the first card. What was your favorite way to play as a child? I remember as a child, I had the dress-up chest, like the one that came with all the princess dresses and princess shoes and princess tiaras. Like, I had that in my room, and I would always play dress-up with my friends. Sometimes I would have little tea parties. But that's like when I was a little girl. But then as I grew up, like going into elementary school and middle school, I would play outside with my friends all the time. Like, we would always go outside and we'll play tag or hide and seek, or we'll play like not really like a role play game, but you know how kids always played house, where like someone's the mom, someone's the kid, someone's the dad, someone's the uncle. I don't know. I always played that game too with my friends. I guess that's why I'm so motherly, because I was always like the mom or like one of the oldest daughter or something. So but I think my favorite way to play was definitely like, you know, with my friends playing an interactive game like hide and seek or tag, or even just playing catch or like racing. I loved racing, like running. I was never in track or anything, but I used to always just love to run, and like we would also ride bikes all the time, and we would race on those. I remember I had a friend who we had like a special spot that was by the playground, but it wasn't the playground in my neighborhood. And we would honestly just like, it's kind of by the woods, so we would just like hang out over there. We'll play little games. We'll find rocks. We'll find frogs. We'll whatever, you know. I guess my favorite way to play is with friends and in nature. That was a really good card. Okay, so that was the first card. Now the second card. When do you feel your past self resurfacing? That's an interesting card. When do you feel your past self resurfacing? Maybe, I think probably more around my friends and like sometimes my boyfriend. I think my past self resurfaces a lot when something like if I feel nostalgic, of course. But that's a hard question. When do you feel your past self resurfacing? When I think of my past self, I think of, when I was younger. So, of course, my past self probably comes around a lot when I'm with my parents or my family and I get like, not like the spoiled treatment, but kind of sort of that way. I don't know if that's the right word though. Because I'm the only girl on my dad's side. Like, I have brothers and male cousins, no female cousins, no nothing over there. So I'm the only female there. And then I'm also the oldest granddaughter and the oldest girl, So, and I was, the first. So there's a lot of like that princess treatment there. And I don't know. I don't think that's the right answer. When do you feel your past self? This is hard. When do you feel your past self resurfacing? I think sometimes my laughs, like, sometimes when I laugh, or like when I, like, get really excited about things. Like, I mean, I'm collecting dolls. I'm collecting these little freaking babies. Or like when I get excited over something, or like going to Disney. I think that's gonna be my answer. When I go to Disney and I just like relive my child days, like feeling carefree, not caring about responsibilities in my life. Because when I go to Disney, I am in Disney. Like, I am not caring about what's going on at work. I'm not caring about the drama that's going on in my life. I am at Disney. I'm with myself in my childlike environment, So that's going to be my answer. When I go to Disney, I think my past self resurfaces a lot. And I just feel at home a little bit. Okay. This I have to use my phone. I'm going to send this I had to send this card to someone. Okay. Who's made you feel good for being who you are? I am going to send this to a couple people. I'm going to send this to a couple of my friends because honestly, I can't think of just one person. I really can't. So the person I am sending this to is, of course, my boyfriend. I'm sending this to him. I'm sending this to my friend Savannah. I'm sending this to my friend Kristen. I'm sending this to my friend Johnny. I'm sending this to my recently good friend Sky. And then I'm also going to be sending this to my friend Nicole. And I think that's all the people I'm going to send it to right now. But there are definitely way more people who deserve this card to be sent to. I honestly think the friends I have right now, sometimes I get moments where I'm like, but they always make me feel like I am the person I'm supposed to be right now. So, this was a really cute card. I hope they appreciate that I sent it to them. Honestly, like, if you're watching this video after I sent you that card, I love you guys. Like, thank you. Thanks. Wow, okay. Cool. Next card. What's one thing you healed from and how? I can answer this confidently. So, I had a lot of trauma from my past. I definitely did. So, I went to therapy last year or like 2022. 2022. I think I stopped going to therapy in 2023. I wish I went back, but we'll see. Your therapy is for whenever you need it. Like, it's always encouraged that when you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. Like, it's always good to talk to someone and get something out from someone who doesn't really know what's going on in your life. Like someone that has an unbiased opinion. But I healed from definitely my trauma. I had some issues with my ex-boyfriend. He didn't really make me feel so good about my body. and about love in a certain way. So I healed from that by talking about it to my therapist, and also like feeling that love that I was missing from my ex with my current boyfriend. He's really helped in that way too. And then just honestly, like therapy has helped so much in my life. Like I really love that I went to therapy and that I healed from some stuff that I needed to get out of my chest. It's super useful. And also just like journaling. Journaling is also really helpful. Just getting it out, talking and venting with the right people is definitely what I needed to heal from some tough times, like with my ex, with some friendships that I had broken off from, and some stuff with like my family. Like 2022 was really hard for my mental health, with literally everything that was going on in my life. Like I just got out of a really bad job at that time. Like I was sexually harassed at like every single job I've ever had. So definitely talking to someone is helpful. Sorry. Okay. Damn, the next question is like a follow-up. Okay. What's one thing that carried you through hard times? Sorry. Definitely my friends. My friends. My boyfriend. My support systems. Sorry. Okay. When do you feel like you belonged? These questions are so like, they're really good. When do you feel like you belonged? I don't think I have an answer to that yet. I don't know. Maybe like in a sense with my friend groups. Like when we go out sometimes, I feel like I'm supposed to be there. Like they ask for me to be there, like I belong. But there's other times where I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. But I need to get out of my comfort zone more. So I don't think I have an answer to this. When did you feel like you belonged? Because I don't feel that way like 100% confidently yet. So I think I'll get there, but I'll definitely get there. Because everyone belongs in this world, on this planet, with their friends and their loved ones. So I think I belong. I belong here. I know that. Okay. Who have you cut ties with and why? That's the next question. And I can definitely get into this. So I had two friends. When I lived in Georgia, I met these two girls, and we were friends from like 5th grade on to like since graduating high school, and then a little bit into college, but then we fell off. But I moved, so from 5th grade to 8th grade, I lived in Georgia, and I would always hang out with my friends, these two girls. And then when I moved to Georgia, I kind of lost connection with one of them. I was still very close with the other girl, but I lost connection with one of them. Then I eventually got back into connection with her with another mutual friend that got us all together. The three of us, like, we really became like a dynamic trio, like a terrific trio where you couldn't really have one of us without talking about the other two, or like having us together. It was a very much like we're gonna be together till the end of our days. Like we're always going to be each other's friends. And that was for like almost 13 years. Yeah, we were friends for almost 13 years. Like it was a very, very long time. And then 2022, 2023 happened. Well, 2022 happened. We cut ties last year. And it was just because a lot of changes were happening. I was getting more comfortable in Florida. They were having their own lives in Georgia that I wasn't really part of anymore because we got really busy with school and with work and with relationships. Like, we all got into a relationship last year. Well, we were all in a relationship last year. So we didn't, like, lose track of each other, but I was always very upset that I would travel to Georgia to hang out with them, but they wouldn't travel to Florida to hang out with me, or, like, to, you know, spend a weekend in Disney, which is what I always said. So it kind of got to me. I was like, I'm putting in all this effort to come up here and keep our relationship, like, so it's not super long distance. And then I guess it just got to me that, like, I'm putting too much in, and I'm not receiving that back. And it's something I had to deal with, again, in therapy, that some of the effort I give, I won't get back. But it really got to me. So I cut ties with them. And I was like, I can't really keep this friendship if I feel like I'm not getting anything back in return. So we cut ties. I wouldn't mind if we became friends again. Like, I think it'll be really nice to catch up with them and talk to them about everything that's going on in their lives, because I don't even follow them on Instagram, you know? Like, we literally cut ties with each other. We don't really see much of each other anymore. But they both still follow my mom on Instagram. They both still talk to my mom. I have one of my friend's boyfriend's Instagram, because he's best friend with my boyfriend. That's how they got together. My best friend got with his best friend, and now we're not friends. But I don't know. I would like to get back into contact with them, but I don't think now's the time. I'm gonna let the time come when the time comes. Like, if they ever want to reach out and talk and get to reconnect, I'd be down, you know. Maybe there's just some stuff that we gotta get out. So that's who I cut ties with. Some friends that I had when I was, well, some friends that I had that I'm no longer friends with, but I'm open to being friends again. So next question. Whoops. Sorry, I dropped it. Who do you compare yourself to most often or who did you compare yourself to most often as a teen, and why? I don't think I really had anybody to compare myself to, because, like, the first person that comes to my mind is my brother, but I wouldn't really compare myself to him, because, yeah, I don't think I compared myself to my brother, because he's younger than me too. So there's nothing really to compare there, besides we're siblings. Who did you compare yourself to most often as a teen? I don't think I really compared myself to anybody. Like, maybe some friends. Like if my friends were able to do something but I wasn't, like, I would compare myself that way and, like, tell my mom, like, oh, well, this person can do it, why can't I do it, you know? I think that's really it. Like, just some friends, like, where I didn't really care too much when I was younger, honestly. Well, probably, like, younger me would be like, oh, I compare myself to this person, this person, and this person, and this person. And me right now, I'm like, I don't really care. So, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I really don't think I compared myself to that many people. Except, like, again, maybe friends. When they were able to do something, but I wasn't. Or, like, they were on a different path than I was, you know? But it wasn't more like, oh, I wish I could do that. In some ways it was. Like, you know, like, oh, this person's going out to do this, and why can't I? But I didn't really compare my achievements or, like, accomplishments to anybody else. Because I was just happy for everybody. I'm a team player. I am such a big supporter for everybody. I'm really happy for people, you know? Anyway, we got another reminder. It may be hard to see now, but you did the best you could at the time. I'm gonna let you guys see this. These reminders, y'all. Bro, these questions. This is level 1. This is level 1, right? This is level 1. This is crazy. I can't be. Oh my gosh. This is nuts. This is nuts. Okay. So that was the second reminder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, I did 10 cards. We're kind of zooming. So maybe I'll do some more cards of the past. And then I'll get on to present and future. Okay, so here's some more cards of the past. This one is what did love used to mean? Love still means the same to me. I don't think you can ever give a bad definition for love. And I don't think that definition really ever changes. Because love is love is everywhere. I know it's Valentine's Day and there's definitely some people out there who are like, frick love, or like, love isn't real because they just got a bad relationship or they have bad experience with love. But love is literally everywhere, and love is so beautiful. It is so awesome to feel loved and to love others. And love is care, love is kind, love is beautiful. Love. Whenever I think of love, I think of Mac Miller. May he rest in peace. But love. Love is beautiful. Love is kind. Love is caring. Love is out there. Love is able. Love is felt. I love love. And I feel like, honestly, I kind of want to, I don't know if sympathize is the right word, but to those who don't feel love all the time, I feel bad for, because I don't remember if I was ever in a state that way. And I don't like thinking about people who are in that state, who feel like they're alone, or that they are unloved or incapable of being loved. Everyone is capable of being loved, and everyone is capable of giving love to people. Because it's like, I don't know. Love is just something that makes the world go round. And when there's not love and there's more hate, it just makes everything so dystopian and so miserable. So you have to spread love as much as you can. It is a really important thing. And I think it's something you need to live, you know? If you don't have love, what do you have? You know? Not me being inspirational. Sorry. I had to, I don't know. I had to take a moment and be like, that was a little bit too serious, you know? Okay. So, next question is, what could you not have done any better? So, what did I do that couldn't have been done any better? What could you not have done any better? What could you not have done any better? Honestly, being a big sister. I think there's definitely ways to be better as a big sister, but growing up, I have an autistic brother. For those who don't know. He has autism, and I don't know where on the spectrum he is. I don't want to say anything wrong, you know. But I think I am a really, really good big sister to him. Even though sometimes I don't feel that way. But I think growing up with him and making sure he is loved by a big sister is the best I could do. And I will keep doing better. I will keep doing my best. And I can't do any better than what I got, you know. So, that's my answer. Okay. Here's the next question. Who did you try to impress and how? Of course, I think everyone's trying to impress a lot of people. Like, whether it be an authority figure, your family members, your friends, a crush, So the first person that comes to my mind when I think of like impressing people is probably like a teacher. Like I would probably try to impress them by having better work done than someone else. You know, like I always try to, well, I don't try to be better than anybody. I try to show that I'm capable of doing something and being good at it, you know? So I think with teachers and with managers, I think I don't try to like wow them, but I try to show them like, hey, I can do this, you know? Um, like, I recently, I don't know what's going on at work, but I've been getting so many people, like customers and other coworkers, trying to help me or like doubting me doing stuff. Like yesterday, I was taking a customer out to their car and I had to lift their wine box. And she saw me come up and she was like, oh, no. She can't lift that. She's a bit small. And my other coworkers were like, oh, no, she's strong. Like, she's small, but she's really strong. She can carry anything. Like, if you see me at work, you see the loads I push, the loads I make, and how I do that shit. I really do that shit. I might not show the muscles. I might not have the muscles showing, but I am definitely a strong bitch. Like, I know what I am capable of. So when people doubt me or someone tries to help me in a way that I do not need that help, I get a little upset. Like, I'm fully capable of doing this shit on my own. So let me do it on my own. And let me prove to you, let me impress you and show you that I can do it. That I can do this. Like, yeah. I think the way I like to impress people is saying, I can do this on my own. Like, I'm fully capable of being a strong bitch. Even though I look so innocent, and I look so small, and I look so weak. No, bitch! I am feisty. I am strong. I am brave. Like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. So, sorry, I got a little bit wild there. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do this last question and then move on to level 2. Okay, so growing up, when did you feel the most different from other kids? I definitely feel this way right now. Just like being around people that I'm with right now and talking about how we were growing up together, you know? So I grew up I don't want to say differently, but I definitely grew up probably not the same as everybody else. Like, everyone has a different way of growing up, you know? So for me, I want to say I grew up with like being raised by family and friends. So I was born in Rhode Island, and I only really lived there for like the first 5 years of my life, because then we moved to Georgia. So I was definitely raised by my family members for the first 5 years of my life. But then as soon as I came to Georgia, I lived there for like 9 years. So I was raised by my friends and like seeing stuff around me, you know? Like, we're still growing. I'm 22. We're still growing. But I was definitely I definitely grew up by expression, I think. Not being taught. Well, I definitely was being taught, like, when I was younger, around my family members. Like, taught manners. Bro, there are some people out here right now who have never been taught manners, and it pisses me the fuck off. Like, that should be the first thing you learn when you are growing up. To say your please and thank yous, and to just be nice. Like, I don't think it's that hard. So I don't know. I guess the way that I would answer that is I definitely was raised right. And I was raised by 2 parents, because I know there's some people who have parents who are divorced, or they don't have like a good relationship with some of their, like one of their parents or both of their parents. So I was raised differently. I was raised and grown up differently that way. I'm missing my box. Sorry. So yeah, everyone grows up differently. I don't think anybody grows up the same. So yeah, I hope that answer was good. If it's not, oh well. So that was level 1. Also, here's the box. When you open it, it comes in these little slots. So I put level 1 in its level 1 slot, and when we get to level 2, I'll put level 2 in the level 2 slot. When we get to level 3, I'll put the level 3 in the level 3 spot. So let's get on with level 2, which is the present. So this is going to be more present tense questions, I hope. So this is gonna deal with stuff that's going on right now. And I think I could say right now, I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. I still have places to be, places to go, places to see, blah, 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 blah. You know, I still have things to do, but I'm happy where I am. So let's see if that reflects in these questions. So first question of level 2, the present, is how do you calm your fears? So my biggest fear right now is being chased or being followed, but that's just a woman. That's just a woman's fear. Sorry. So how do you calm your fears? I used to have a fear of heights, and I kind of just, I guess, challenged myself with heights, like going on roller coasters. Like, I love the Tower of Terror. If you told younger me that she went on the Tower of Terror 5 times in one night, she would be shitting her pants. So, I guess just, how do I calm my fears? I challenge my fears. Because I'm a boss bitch! How do I calm my fears? I challenge them. That's my answer. Okay. How do you measure your own success? By my happiness about it. And how I feel about that accomplishment, I think, is how I measure my success. I don't really care what other people think. I mean, definitely the support, like doing this podcast and having everybody say like, oh, I love your podcast. Like, I love listening to it. Or like, how's your podcast going? Like, anything pertaining to a project I'm working on, I really like that. Because it gives me confidence. It gives me like, oh, like I'm doing something good. You know, I'm doing something that people want to see, that I'm proud of as well. So that's how I measure it. I measure it by, like, I don't want to say reaction. I measure it by how proud I am, how happy I am with what I'm doing, and how uplifting it makes me feel. And then I also measure it by seeing how my loved ones react, like the people that I really care about their opinion. I measure it that way too, to see if like, yeah, I'm doing this good, you know, I'm doing this right. It was a success. Okay. Where does the tension live in your body? Ooh, that's a good question. These are so good. Okay. These questions are good. Sorry that in the first 20 minutes of this episode, I'm literally crying. But that's what this does to you. It will make you cry. It will make you laugh. It will make you... I love this company! I love this game. I'm going to get the Friends edition soon, so if anybody wants to do it, let me know. So, again, back to the question. Where does the tension live in your body? I think it's in my heart. I think the tension is in my heart. Because if I feel tension from something, it goes there. Like, I really feel it there. I mean, like, there's different tension for different things. Like, there's sexual tension. There's sexual tension. There's stress tension. Sorry, I don't know why that was anyway, you can see where I am. I think tension in my body lives in the heart. I'm done with that question. Let's move on. I feel weird. What contradictions do you contain? Ooh, that's a big word. That's a big word for Elmo. What contradictions do you contain? I don't know. Honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. That I think some things I don't like in other people, I either don't like or didn't like about myself. Like, right now there's someone at work that I don't like because he gives off pick-me energy. But then I sometimes think about that and I'm like, you know what? I was probably a pick-me when I was younger. I think I gave off pick-me vibes. Probably just like in high school. Because it was a new setting. Like, I just moved to Florida, so maybe, I don't know. So I think some contradictions I might contain is, like, me not liking something about others that I do or did not like about myself. Like, I think that might be a contradiction. I don't know if that really answers the question, but that's the first answer that came to my mind. So I'm going to stick with it. So, next question. What do you care about deeply? Bro! I care so much. I know I keep saying, like, oh, I don't care. Like, I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I care so much. And honestly, I used to think that was a bad thing. I really thought, like, being too caring was really, like, bad for me. But, caring, love. I care about my friends. I care about my work. I care about my boyfriend. I care about my family. I care about my writing. I care. That's my answer. I care so much about a lot of things. And there's some things, like, I say, oh, I don't care. I don't care. Like, you can do this. I don't care. I don't care. I care super deeply about a lot of things. And it's not a bad thing to be careful. I'm gonna keep that. Okay. Ooh! Aw! I saw the next card after this one. So, what kind of validation do you crave? Ooh. Let me get a little juicy here. Okay. I'm proud of you is just something anybody could say that to me. Literally a stranger could say that to me and I'd be like, I love words of affirmation. That is my love language. So that type of validation, ooh, I love feeling validated. Yeah. Like, that question earlier that was like, when did you feel like you belonged? When I feel validated, I think that might be, I don't know if that makes sense. In my head it does. But, yeah. I really like when people tell me that I'm doing a good job, that they're proud of me, that, like, they really like seeing something about me, like, change, like, when people see that I'm really happy or see that, like, I'm having a good time, I like that type of validation because it makes me feel like I am doing the right thing, So, that type of validation is good. I really like that type of validation. I love that type of validation. Okay. So, moving on to the next question. It is not a question. It is a wild card, and it says, brighten someone's day with a text. So, I know I just sent out some text messages to people, and they're, like, all responding back. Oh, some of these responses are so cute. I'm gonna message someone. I'm gonna message my friend Julian, and I'm going to hold on. Let me message my friend Sydney. Love you, Julian. I'll tell you. Love you, Julian. I'm going to message Sydney because she is currently on a flight to Colombia for a vacation with her boyfriend. And I want to make sure that she has a safe trip and that she has a good Valentine's Day. And I can't wait to hear everything that happens from her trip. Hey, girl. Hope you have a safe flight and you get there. You get to your destination safely and you have the best time ever. Happy Valentine's Day to you and Lewis. Thank you for being such an amazing girlfriend to me. And then I'll send a heart. Hope you have a safe flight and you get to your destination safely and you have the best time ever. Happy Valentine's Day to you and Lewis. Thank you for being such an amazing girlfriend to me. We are going to move into the future. I'm done with level 2. Okay? We need to move along. I'm going to do the last level now. And then I'll also do the final card here, which I haven't even looked at. So that's going to be a complete surprise. So level 3 is pertaining to the future. This one might be a little bit difficult for me because I used to never think too far in advance. Like, something my therapist tried to have me do was write down what I expect to happen in 1 year, expect to happen in 5 years, and I expect to happen in 10 years. I couldn't really do that. I don't think I think long term that way. I want to stay in the present as much as I can because I don't want to be stressed about something not happening in the future, you know? Like, I remember I wrote down, like, a couple years ago that I'd move out of my house. And I'd move in with either a friend or my boyfriend. And that hasn't happened yet. And it probably won't happen until next year, honestly. Because he's not done with school until December. And it's freaking expensive to move out anywhere. So, I don't really think too far in the future. So, this might be a little bit different for me. But I'm excited to get into it. First question. What's one thing about yourself you don't want to forget? And that's definitely that I am loved. I am loved. I have good people in my life. I can go to anybody for anything. And I will feel validated. I will feel heard. I will feel loved. Like, I just know I'm being cared for. Like, I have support systems in my life. That's one thing I never want to forget, that I have support systems in my life. Because there was a time in my life where I didn't think I had anything. That I didn't think I had that. So, knowing now that I do and not forgetting that for the future is really important. Not gonna cry. Not gonna cry. Bruh, I might actually cry. What are you freeing yourself from? Toxicity. You know, I really came into this year and I was like, there's going to be nothing bad happening. I am not going to dig myself into a hole. I am not going to go into a rut. I am not going to be unhappy this year. I am going to do things that I am fully comfortable with and things that I know will make me happy, will make my life better, you know, make my life full. So I'm not letting anything bad come into my life. No negativity, no toxicity, none of that. Because there's no reason to go through life like that. So I'm freeing myself from any of those feelings. Like, the second it comes in, what, big bam, you know, none of it. And I'm also going to free myself from being too, like a part of me wants to say being too there for someone, like being too involved. I'm going to free myself from that. I'm not going to keep myself involved in things that do not pertain to me. Because it stresses me out sometimes that I'm like caring so much about something that I do not need to be cared about. So I am not going to let that happen anymore. I'm gonna free myself from that. I'm gonna be free. Okay, next question. How else would you like to spend your days? That's a good question. How else would you like to spend your days? Probably with nature. Probably connecting with people. I really like connections. Like, I love finding connections with people. Like, I just... Here's a good story. I just recently got my nails done. BAM! For Valentine's Day. And I went to a new girl at my nail salon. And she's a year older than me. Her name is Nadia. And I just really liked talking to her. Like, I didn't think... I don't usually talk to my nail techs. Because they don't usually talk back to me. So when she started the conversation, I was like, oh, okay. Let's chit chat. And we just kept talking the entire session. Like, it was awesome. I really got to know her. She got to know me a little bit. And now I want to go to her for everything. So I want to spend my days connecting with people. Connecting with some cool people, you know? I think that's what I want to do. I want to connect. That's what I want to do. How I want to spend the rest of my days. Connecting. So, next question is, what's one thing you've been meaning to do? Write a book. Write a book. Write a play. Write a movie. Get into the film industry. Get into an industry that I'm excited to work for. I need to work on that. I need to work on my writing. I need to work on, like, getting my foot into that type of door. So, I am doing that. That's what I've been meaning to do. To get into the writing and film industry. And I'm kind of doing that. If anyone's out there watching and they, like, want to give me a chance, here I am. Ooh, I got another reminder. But it's the next one. Sorry, I keep looking ahead. What are you trying to unlearn about love? That is impossible. It is totally possible to be loved. And you can be loved by anybody. I'm going to unlearn that love is something to be embarrassed about. It's not something to be embarrassed about. I'm not embarrassed to say that I love you to anybody in my life. Like, I could say I love you to a random girl I've never met. But she could, like, say that she loves my hair. And I'll be like, oh, I love you. Whoops. Like, no, that's not whoops. I just want everyone to feel loved. And it's not embarrassing. And it's not a bad thing. So, yeah. That's my answer. Bitch. Sorry. Okay. Reminder. You don't have to be available to everyone at all times. I just said that. That, I don't want to be as involved, you know? That's a good reminder. Okay. Who will you no longer allow in your space? Bad vibes. Just anything that makes me feel uncomfortable. So, actually, let me talk about this. This literally happened yesterday. So, there was this customer at work that would come in all the time. And at first, it was funny. You know, that he was, like, he's a big conspiracy theorist. He believes in the tree people. He believes in fairies. He believes in suns, the moon, like, blah, blah, blah. He also believes, like, there's microchips and masks and, like, the vaccine is blah, 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 blah. He would always come into work and, like, spot me out because he thought I was the fairy queen. Like, I know that I look angelic and that I identify as a fairy. But I don't need it said by him. I don't need him to come in every day and literally bow to me. Bro, he would literally come in. Like, okay, imagine you're me. You're me, okay? And this is him. Any messages from the fairies? No, bitch. I got no messages for you. I got nothing. Because he was super weird. But yesterday, he became banned. So, he's no longer in my space. What up? So, that's my answer. I'm not allowing weirdos in my space. Not gonna have anybody like that in my space. That was fucking weird. So I'm finally happy I'm not uncomfortable in my workplace. Because you shouldn't be going somewhere every day and feeling uncomfortable going there, you know? So I was very happy when that happened. Very happy. Okay. What's one thing you could treat yourself to? A spa day. Some self-love, you know? Some appreciation for myself. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah, just some self-love. Just some me time, you know? I could really use some me time to really focus on something that makes me happy, or like get back into something that makes me happy. So definitely that's what I could treat myself to. And maybe I will. You know, there's still some time. I know we're in February of 2024, but there is still 10 months, you know? It's not going to go like that if you live in a moment enough. So, next question. What help could you ask for, even if it's difficult? To be listened. Well, I don't think that's how I want to answer that question immediately. So, what help could you ask for, even if it's difficult? I could ask to be listened to, you know, to feel like if I want to feel heard, I definitely have people that I could go to for that. And honestly, like, okay, I think I'm going to go back to the situation with this customer because I did not know how to go about it for the longest time. Like, I used to always tell my friends whenever he came in, or like I would hide in the back, or like I would tell some mates and some mates knew. But finally being able to tell like the higher up, like, hey, there's a customer coming in and he's making me uncomfortable, and for something to be done on that spot, like, that has not happened to me in so long and in other workplaces. So definitely where I work now, like, I truly feel like if I needed help in that type of scenario, I will get it. I'm just happy that this happened immediately and it didn't take 3 months for someone to be fired for, you know, harassing me. But I'm happy that this happened. So it is difficult to speak out about something that makes you uncomfortable. So I'm happy that I did and that it's all resolved now. What might be impossible for you after all? Anything! Anything is possible. Literally anything is possible if you just focus on it. Okay, this next question I might not end on, but I think I'm going to do 3 more cards and then I'll end this episode. But this card is another send to people card. So this card is, who do you want to spend more time with? And I am going to take a picture of this. Oops, I don't want to show my crotch. Gonna send a picture of this, and I am going to send it to Josh. I'm going to send it to Julian. I'm going to send it to my friend Liz. I'm going to send it to Megan. I'm gonna send it to my friend Megan. And I think that's gonna be it. Actually, I'll send it to Marisol as well. I love Marisol. I'm gonna find Marisol here. Done. Okay, cool. I love this game. It's really getting me in touch with my friends. The next card is a reminder. Not every step you take will be forward. I like that reminder. That reminder was a good one. Even though I didn't read. I watched a clip of someone on a talk show. I believe, I don't know her name. It is Nick Jonas's wife. She said she doesn't read her books backwards. And I like that one. I liked that quote, but there are definitely some scenarios where, like, it's okay to flip back and reminisce. You know? So, yeah. Next question is, what challenge do you want to take on next? Ooh. Being independent. Not in the sense that, like, I don't want to break up with my boyfriend. I still want to be with my boyfriend, and I still want to be with my friends, and I still want to, like, have my friends. Like, I want to be more independent in my choices, you know? Like, I keep thinking, oh, I can only do this if I have someone with me. I can do anything. Like, I'm fully capable of doing stuff by myself. So, I think that's what I would take on next. Like, doing stuff by myself. Starting with answering the phone. Or picking up the phone and making a phone call. Because I don't do that. I get nervous. Especially when there's someone there that can do it for me. I'm like, yeah, you call the store. And you tell them, where's the Sony Angels? I can do that. So, that's what I'm going to say. Okay. So, I'm going to read this one and the next question, and then we will be done. What is starting to make sense? Life is starting to make sense. A lot of things are starting to make sense. Like, slowly but surely things make sense. Like, oh, why wasn't I in this rough patch? Things always get better. Like, there is a bright light at the end of the tunnel, always. So, the bad times do get met with good times. I used to always think that if I'm in the bad times, I'm going to stay there. No. I will make it to the good times. And not every step you take will be forward. It's the reminder. They go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Okay. That was cute. So, last question until we wrap this up. Okay. What will you no longer do for love? I won't change myself. I will continue being myself, because if you don't love me at my me, then you won't get me at my me. That made no sense. If you don't love me for who I am, I'm not going to change for you. Nope. Because why would I change something I like? Exactly. If I like myself, if I love myself, why would I change for someone to love me? You know? So, this is the final card. It's usually like you write something to another person or to yourself. So, this one is write a letter to your younger self and tell them how you're doing. I'm going to do that in my journal downstairs. But you guys should also do this. I like that you guys followed me on this little journey. You guys saw me be a little bit vulnerable, TBH. But it's okay. This episode was very fun to record. And I think I'm going to continue doing this just, on my own, not in front of a camera. But this was a really good investment, and I think you guys would also enjoy it. I got this game from Target, but you can also get it online at we'renotreallystrangers.com. And that's where I'm going to end this episode of the Same Wavelength podcast. Thank you for riding the wave on Valentine's Day. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, or treat yourself to something wonderful and something you've been meaning to do. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Same Wavelength podcast.